We want to welcome everyone to a special podcast today. My name's Tim Kelly, and of course you guys know me from KICR Indie Country Radio, and normally I play country music. I just did a show this morning, but we've got a special podcast that we're going to do, and a special guest joining us as well. I got with this company here about 3 weeks ago called CTFO, and it stands for Changing the Future Outcome, and I totally believe that's what they're going to do. And I've been taking this product now for almost 3 weeks, and it is phenomenal, and what it's done for me is phenomenal as well. So we're going to talk about that today, and we're going to all learn something today as well. So I've got a special guest from the state of Louisiana with me by the name of Kay Jackson, and how are you today?
I'm wonderful today, Tim. Thank you so much for having me on. This is such a great idea. I love educating everybody on CBD.
Yeah, well, I appreciate it. And I've been getting educated pretty good, too, here in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And, in fact, you sent me a podcast, another radio show just yesterday, and I got a chance to listen to it this morning. And I'll tell you what, another thing, I've been on this CBD oil, and I was up at 5 o'clock this morning, but I worked nights, and I had last night off, so I got some pretty good sleep, but... man, it sure helps with that, too.
I'll tell you what, Tim. I was a bartender for 10 years, and I didn't go to bed till, come home at 4 o'clock in the morning. Then you have to wind down for 3 hours. So I wasn't going to bed until the sun was coming up, and I've always been that way. I've always been a night owl. Well, ever since I started taking my CBD oil from CTFO, I am going to sleep like by 11:30 every night with my fiance, and I'm sleeping through the night. I wake up refreshed and clear and focused and happy and ready to go in the morning. And I'm waking up at like 7 a.m. and I'm going to tell you, it's been so many years since I've actually experienced a morning. So rising with the birds and the sunshine and telling everybody good morning every day is just probably one of my most exciting things that has happened with this CBD. I'm very, very excited about it.
Yep, that is awesome. And we know each other from music. You're in the music industry, yes, too. You were promoting a group called Chris Bro and the Six String Band.
Six String Rodeo, absolutely.
Six String Rodeo, and we you set me up an interview with those folks, and they were awesome. Mm-hmm. And so we knew each other from that. But then one day I saw a post that you had made that you had been bedridden for about, I guess 3 months or something like that?
3 months, yes, sir.
And you were in your 30s, and I'm thinking, what's going on with this lady? She should not be bedridden at that age, or at any age for that matter, unless you're in the nursing home maybe, But yeah, and I was thinking, what's going on with Kay Jackson? And then I saw your testimonial, and that just hit me because, that was credibility to me with this company. And I didn't tell you this before, and I just told you before we went on the air that I had seen this company before called CTFO, and I almost filled out the form and signed up under somebody because it was free to join. I thought, I know this is going to be the next big thing because, when I was 12 years old, I was being a stupid kid, and I put my right eye out. I've worn an artificial eye for 44 years. I'm not going to tell the gory story of how I did it because we might have some squeamish listeners out there.
Is it one of those Christmas story type stories? Was it the Red Ryder?
What's that movie with Adam Sandler called Grown Ups where they were shooting an arrow up in the air and watching it come down and stick between their feet? That's what I was doing.
Oh!
Yeah. I was doing exactly that. And so I'm glad to be here because it should have killed me, that accident that day. But now, about 3 years ago, I was diagnosed in my good eye with glaucoma, progressive glaucoma. And I've been told that CBD is good for that, or to smoke marijuana, and that's the confusion that we need to clear up, because a lot of people confuse that with marijuana, and the THC that's in marijuana is what gives you the high. And
I get this a lot.
Yeah,
yes.
my doctor said, if you smoke marijuana and you're not on it, you're not going to get the effects that you need for the glaucoma. So, I'm like, well, I do security for a living too. I'm not just a radio host. I carry a gun on my job, and I can't be high on that stuff, and of course you can't function working at night or in daytime, either one, and then you got a pop-up drug test to think about. So
Well, I can tell you one of the most common misconceptions about CBD oil is because it is from the cannabis plant.
yeah,
And everyone thinks because it's from the cannabis plant that it's going to make you high like cannabis does.
hmm,
And it does not.
yeah,
For CBD to be absolutely legal, it has to have less than 0.3% THC in it. Our company, CTFO, has 0.2% THC, which is a trace. And I can tell you, I have seen testimonials after testimonials, police department testimonials, fire department testimonials, oil field testimonials saying that they took their drug test and they were taking the 10x pure or they were taking the 750 milligrams and they passed their drug test. So yeah, a very it's a problem. People
yeah,
really need to realize, and that's what we're here to do. Is we're here to educate, and that's what I tell everybody. I don't sell CBD oil. I educate people, and I give them the knowledge that they need to make the decision for themselves.
yeah,
I'm here to help everybody because of what CBD did for me. It gave me my life back after 20 years of having digestive issues that have put me in the bathroom 13 to 14 times a day. I have had to spend 20 years avoiding places with lots of people because I was afraid to use the bathroom, and if I was going to have to stand in line, it was so embarrassing. Even as of when I was 19 is when I was diagnosed with my digestive issues, and it's just been so embarrassing. As a young person and you're dating before you get married, you're like, oh well, we got to go to a movie and then dinner and then straight home instead of most
hmm,
people go to dinner and a movie. I was like, if I eat, I have to go to the bathroom.
hmm,
And sometimes I couldn't even leave the restaurant without going to the bathroom. Well, I can tell you, I started my CBD oil 30 days ago today, and I only go to the bathroom about 2 or 3 times a day. I'm not having any abdominal pain from my digestive issues. I'm not having any bleeding in my stool from any of my digestive issues. I also suffer from widespread pain throughout my whole entire body. And one of my biggest things was we had a really bad storm here in Louisiana a couple of weeks ago, and it got really, really cold, then it got really hot, and then it got, because this is Louisiana, we have really, really weird weather, but throughout the day it just kept changing, and then the rain, and normally before my CBD oil, I would feel it in my neck, and it would start moving up to the back of my head and into my shoulders and
hmm,
down my spine, and it's so painful, and then it would cause me a very bad headache. Some people would call it a migraine. I just call it a really strong headache. And for 30 days now, I have not had a headache. It's like you start to notice things that you never knew you never knew what was wrong with you until it's gone.
yeah,
Is what it seems like. It's a very unexpected thing. Like with me, my allergies, we have pollen all over the place here in Louisiana, and I haven't had any issues with my allergies for 30 days. No itchy, watery eyes, no stuffy nose, no headaches. It's just been one thing after another, and every day I notice something different. Like my teeth. Before I started taking my CBD, I have 2 broken teeth on each side of my mouth, and I was having a lot of pain and dry rot. Dry rot was just terrible. And I just noticed probably maybe 7 days ago, I'm not having any problems with my teeth. They don't hurt.
hmm,
I'm eating hot foods. I'm drinking cold liquids, sweets. Everything is just, to me, is just absolutely amazing. It's a very hard thing to comprehend being sick for over 20 years, but I feel like a brand new woman. I feel like a brand new woman from head to toe.
that is awesome, and it's the little things that, we take for granted a lot of times, and until you can't do them anymore, then it becomes big things. And like I say,
Yes.
at your age, in your 30s, you need to be enjoying a quality of life, and that's something, just not longevity of life, but quality of life is so important too. And now I know you and your boyfriend are getting married. You're engaged to be married, so congratulations on that. And
Thank you.
yeah, what I'm seeing on Facebook and the different posts, man, it looks
And
like
he's taking it now too. He started using my CBD as soon as he started seeing the night and day changes with me. He started using. First, he started using the vape because I also vape it as well. And to make it clear to everybody. Getting it under the tongue and vaping is some of the quickest ways to get it into your bloodstream. And myself personally, I quit smoking over a year ago in March, and I've been smoking my whole entire life. We're talking 2.5 packs a day. It was terrible. I finally quit and I started vaping the regular vape juice. Well, now I'm working on trying to get off of that regular vape juice that has that nicotine in it to where I'm just vaping the CBD oil, so I'm not introducing any chemicals whatsoever. To like my fiance asked me the other day, he had heartburn and he went and bought some Prilosec, and he said, "Baby, would you like some Prilosec?" And I said, "Oh no, sir." I said, "My body is in complete homeostasis right now. I am not introducing any chemicals to it whatsoever." And he just laughed and he was like, "Okay."
Yeah. Well, and of course,
I think he gets it because he's sleeping through the night, and he was going to the bathroom urinary a lot. And he just mentioned to me the other day that when he started the 750 milligram full spectrum oil from CTFO, he only got up one time the whole night to go to the bathroom. And that to me was amazing, because we can't even go on an hour car trip without him stopping 4 or 5 times.
Yeah.
So it's helping with him. It's helping his mood. He's always in a good mood. I honestly feel like it's helping our relationship, because we have communication and we can talk, and we're calm, and it's wonderful. I literally have to thank CTFO, because they came to me at the time that I needed them the very, very, very most. And what's really fantastic about CTFO is they came in with the CBD oil, and I really feel like it's saving my life and letting me have my life back again. I'm 39. I just spent my 39th birthday in bed. Wow. So it's been a very, very difficult road, but I have to thank CTFO from the bottom of my heart. And now that what CTFO has done for me, I can't shut up about it. I don't know about you, Tim, but I'm reaching out to my friends, my family, all of the artists that I work with, artists that I don't work with. If I see somebody on Facebook that's having a bad, depressing day, I'll hit them up on Messenger and let them know about CBD. And you know what I do? And this is very important. Research. Everybody research. Tim and I would love for y'all to research CTFO, research CTFO customer testimonies, because what you can do is take whatever ails you, whatever you suffer from emotionally, physically, or mentally, and research it against CBD. A lot of things are being treated with CBD oil now today, and it's absolutely amazing.
Yeah. Well, you know, that's the thing, is this product that this company has, and this company is amazing, because I've taken CBD before. I've never vaped because I never started smoking. My brother had a heck of a time quitting, and he said the easiest way to quit smoking is to never start. That was my deal.
I wish I would have known that when I was 14.
I never started that, so I didn't have that problem. So I'd never vaped anything. But I had heard about the CBD oil, that it could help you with glaucoma that I had. So I went to a vape store that's just right around the corner from where we live, and I bought a bottle, and it was $45, but I didn't get anything out of that because that bottle was bad. I mean, it went rancid in the bottle. It started turning black and stuff, and I just ended up throwing it away. So it was a waste of money to me, and I didn't get the effect from it that I was looking for. So sometime later, after I saw your post with this other, I thought, well, there's got to be something to that, because, you know, look what it's done for you and all the issues that you had. And I'll tell you what, my story is I broke my back in 1996 and had back surgery. I was working at a horse trailer factory down in Oklahoma doing that manual labor. And I broke a L5 disc, my lowest disc in my back, and I had a microdiscectomy. That's what the surgery was called. So they took a piece of that broken disc out and some of the fragments that were floating around in there. That's the first surgery that Tiger Woods had, and that's why he couldn't play golf for the last 3 or 4 years, you know, competitive golf. And in the first 2 years, he's even said that he was bedridden, and I didn't know that. And this is Tiger Woods, you know, and he's in his 40s just now, you know. Well, he had his spine fused together on the 4th surgery, and so, you know, he says he's still stiff, but he can swing a golf club again, and he just won the Masters. So, you know, he's back to his old self, which a lot of people had him washed up and done. But I'm 56. I don't want to be washed up and done. I want to get out and do the things that, a quality of life allows you to do. And so I started taking this 10X Pure, and in a couple of days, I started feeling the results of it. I was telling you how in my neck, I have 2 herniated discs in my neck from a car wreck when I was a kid, and my hands will go to sleep while I'm laying there in bed. Well, you call them asleep, but they're really awake because they're numb and they're tingling. You can't sleep because of that. And I noticed that they're not doing that anymore. And, just little things like that. The foot pain that I have, my brother was backing up a U-Haul trailer, and I pulled that thing that you roll your furniture up on and stuff, and I was pulling it out to back it up on the staircase, and I slipped, and he was still backing up, and that thing about crushed my foot. So, I have a lot of foot pain and stuff from that. It didn't break it, fortunately. It could have. But, just a lot of aches and pains that everybody has that, this is so good for the inflammation and different things. And I've really started to notice it. And it's unlike the first bottle of CBD oil that I wasted $45 on. And I thought, these eye drops that I'm supposed to take for glaucoma are super expensive. A small bottle is $300 without insurance. So I thought, why not take this and try this and get all the other benefits besides the help for the glaucoma? And
you had absolutely nothing to lose because CTFO has our 60-day, no questions asked, empty bottle money back guarantee.
Yeah.
So, it can work for, many, many, many people, but, it's not going to work for everybody. And you have to let everybody know that as well, because some people's bodies won't take to it like, some people's do. But that's why we have that 60-day empty bottle money back guarantee, because CTFO is so strong and stands behind every single one of their products.
Yeah.
And that's not just the 10X Pure. That is the CBD drops and vapes. That is the edibles. That's the hair growth products, the pain creams, the pet products, the skin care, the health and nutrition. We have a non-CBD health and nutrition weight loss line. We have a non-CBD skin product. We have packages. Like, everything is just, if it doesn't work, you can take the whole bottle and send it back, and they will give you your money back. And that's what's so amazing about CTFO.
Yeah, you can't beat that. And the company, I looked at the president of the company and one of the founders, and, he said he wanted to help people, so they're not going to charge you to get in this company to be a distributor and an independent associate. They're going to keep that free. And I thought, that's really doing somebody a service, because you can check this thing out and you're not committed to anything.
Absolutely. That's what's really, really wonderful about it is absolutely free to join. You get a free personalized website. As soon as you hit that join now button and you pull in your information, you have a personalized website already. And CTFO gives you the links, gives you everything you need to do to work this business and to help your friends and help your family get better. And what it is me, I can't shut up about it. But now, because of what it's doing for me, CTFO is paying me to tell my friends and family about it. But I'm going to tell you right now, even if CTFO wasn't paying me to tell my friends and family about it, I'm still telling everybody about it.
Yep. And I looked at that part of it too. The compensation plan and the way they pay will make your head hurt, but whoever put that together is a genius.
I've watched the video, I think, 4 times, 5 times now, and I still have to hit up my sponsors and be like, okay, so what does this mean?
They're an absolute genius in how they did this thing.
Yes.
But, it's not about the money, is it, necessarily?
No.
It's about helping people first. The money's going to come later, but, it just feels good that you get those testimonials from somebody, and I've already told you mine, and I'll have more to tell because I'm still taking it 2 or 3 times a day. In fact, you were talking about headaches and migraines. I had a slight one the other day, and I told you how many pain pills I used to take. I used to eat ibuprofen and acetaminophen like candy, and ibuprofen, of course, is for the inflammation.
Correct.
My back will still get so bad it feels like it has its own heartbeat down there, And I sit for long hours doing security. Sometimes I work 12, 13-hour nights. And I want to get up and walk around, and patrol a little bit out of a vehicle because of that. So the other day I get a headache and I feel it coming on. I'm like, I'm not going to swallow a pain pill. I haven't done it.
You sound like me.
Yeah, I haven't done it since I got on this stuff. I don't want to have that as a testimonial that I had to backslide. because, I mean, it's not a 100% pain relief thing that we're talking about here. You're still going to have some aches and pains, but,
yes.
To deal with when you're, got a broken back and those kind of things going on like I do. But I took an energy drink. I stopped down at the store on the way to work. I got a Monster energy drink, and I took some more CBD oil from CTFO, couple 3 or 4 more drops, and my headache went away in about 20 minutes.
Yeah, you were telling me about that the other day. I was really happy to hear that. And look, and all the testimonials that I see and read and hear from my customers and my friends and everybody else's customers and CTFO associates, I can tell you that most of the people that are with CTFO are because they started the CBD oil.
Yeah.
And it's really, really amazing because, like I'll talk to somebody and then 4 weeks later, they'll come back to me and say, okay, Kay, I've seen your testimonials for 20 some days now. I got to get me a bottle. And that's what it is. It's the testimonials, because if you have credit with people, like myself, I have street credit. I work in the music industry. A lot of people know me. They know I have a good heart, and I'm always reaching out to help people. So they know because if I'm sick, I'm sick. If I'm not, I'm not. I'm not sick, and I'm not. I feel amazing from head to toe. It's like I used to walk around with a foggy mind. Even in working in the music industry, I felt like I was alert, but everything was foggy. And when I started the CBD oil, the fog just disappeared, and I was alert, and I was awake, and it's just, it makes, I guess the best way to put it, and I really like to use this, is I feel alive again after the 20 years of being sick with numerous health issues.
Yeah. Well, we were talking about that too just the other day. I've been in this music business, playing music and putting good indie artists on the radio for going on year number 7, starting on the 12th of this month.
Congratulations.
Yeah, thank you. And, I still love doing it. It's not about the money or nothing like that. I pay more than it costs me money to be on the radio. I pay for the program to broadcast. We got a TV channel now that's costing me money, and our internet, just for the high speed 400 meg internet's almost $70 a month. So, I'm willing to do that because I love doing what I do there. That's not about the money. And I really believe that helps people too. They don't get mainstream radio airplay, and I know how difficult that is. That's why we started doing this 7 years ago. But I know that when you get into a gig and you're crammed into a vehicle or on a tour bus and on the road all the time, you guys, artist-wise, are going to have those aches and pains too. And just the daily grind of making a living doing what you love to do, you can't let that take its toll. And this little thing that we got going on here with CTFO can help that too tremendously.
Absolutely. Absolutely, Tim. You are so correct about that.
So, let's educate people just a little bit too. Now, this is a hemp-based product.
Yes.
I was listening to that podcast this morning. Years and years ago, I mean, this is back in the 1400s, 1500s, people were actually paid and they were made to grow hemp. You could
put people in jail if they didn't.
Yeah, exactly. You could pay your taxes with hemp. Now, you can't do that today, but, that just blew me away. But it was somewhere down the road that companies like DuPont that wanted to market nylon and different products like that and polyester, they wanted to do away with hemp because so much could be made out of it, paper products and just all kinds of stuff.
Yes, the paper products. Mm-hmm.
Yep. So, and I'm sure these lumber companies didn't like it either, that cut down these trees, and, it takes a long time to grow that back. So,
absolutely. And it's just in the last 5 years now that they have realized that our bodies, we have a CBD deficiency. We have an endocannabinoid system in our bodies, and we need that CBD. And when I use the word homeostasis earlier is because it is complete homeostasis. The way that I like to explain it is it feels like all of my body parts just kind of clicked on like a light bulb all of a sudden and started working with each other. Yeah. And that's why I have the energy now. That's why I'm focused, I'm clear. My body feels great. It's amazing. I cannot say how much CTFO is just absolutely amazing.
Yeah, it is. And yeah, I notice the same things, the little things like that, because I'm not a night person. I absolutely hate working night security, but it allows me to rest and do my show, radio show, around my schedule of working, so I can get some daytime hours. And on my days off, like I am right now, that's when I usually do them. But I noticed that I'm not as sleepy, as immediately when I would get home, I'm ready to go to bed, because you're just wore out. But on this product, it seems like you just have a little more energy and you just all around feel better. So,
absolutely. Yeah, like I said, it makes you feel like you're alive.
You called it the want tos. You get the want tos. You want to get out and you want to do stuff.
Even folding my laundry and putting it away. I know there's so many people listening right now. They're probably like, I can't stand folding laundry and putting it away. It just sits there forever. But even now, I'm like, okay, well, the laundry needs to be done, so I'm just going to fold it and put it away. And before, I'd fight it tooth and nail, or the dishes need to be done, or I should go for a walk. Like I started walking to my post office box, which is a good 20-minute walk there and about 20-minute walk back. And I'm going by myself, and I've never done that in the little town that I live in here in Louisiana. But like I said, yeah, it gives you the want-tos. And I'm hearing that from a lot of different people. Like I have one lady, she is a customer for life. She buys so many CTFO products. She even got some stuff for her pet. But she told me too, she said, it gives me the want to. Mm-hmm. She's like, I'm jumping on my NordiTrack every morning, and she's working out. And another really nice thing about it is it's a dietary supplement. So it helps with your metabolism. Like before, my metabolism was gone. I think it was gone. It was pretty much gone. And now, it's back in full force. I'm drinking lots of water, and it's like my brain is saying, Kay, you need to drink some water. And I'm like, I don't like water. I don't want to drink it, but I do. And I feel so much better because of it. There's no dehydration. I'm putting in all good stuff into my body now. And I'm like fighting tooth and nail to not put anything else in there.
Yep. Well,
because I feel so good. I don't want anything to screw it up.
Right. There's a lot of CBD products out there. I found that one at the vape store there, and the guy says you don't have to vape it. He said take 2 or 3 drops and put them under your tongue, and that should work. But it didn't. And let's talk about why is CTFO different than the other CBD products out there?
CTFO, first of all, their hemp products are raised on FDA-regulated farms. That's the first thing everybody needs to know. And the 10X Pure, we have a patent to be able to have CBDA in our 10X Pure. We are the only company in the world to hold this patent. So that puts CTFO the #1 CBD hemp oil in the world.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. And here's the thing, too, that folks have to realize. Oil and water don't mix. Your body is over 80% oil. Sounds like you're vaping a little right now.
Yeah, actually I am.
There you go.
You can hear that?
Take a hit from me. Oil and water don't mix, though. Everybody knows that. Your body is mostly made of water. And the video that they've got out now, the guy says 80% of your blood is water.
80% of our blood.
80% of your blood is water. So they've made this CBD oil, this 10X Pure, what's called hydrophilic, which makes it easy to be absorbed by the body. And you get accelerated and increased absorption and potency. And that's what you notice.
Yes. Absolutely. And look, I need to put this out there too for everybody that is listening. If you're taking any CBD oil from any other companies, or you're thinking about taking CBD, please look at how they extract the CBD. That is the most important. Make sure that there is no GMOs, no pesticides, no chemicals, and it needs to be extracted through CO2. So that's one thing that I really like to tell everybody that I talk to, because there's a lot of different CBD companies out there. There are tons of them. There are some of them that are putting too much THC into the CBD oil. There's too much terpenes, like I said, so just look at it, research it. When I joined CTFO, I researched the company all night long. I went to testimonial after testimonial after testimonial. And then when I saw their compensation pay plan and how everything worked out and how much they really, really care, and they stood with that 60-day empty bottle money back guarantee, it was a complete no-brainer for me. And I did research other CBD companies as well, and this was the best one.
That is awesome. You know, I was looking at a video the other day. I'm just going to say this statement, too, with CBD. It says it's been known to support healthy blood sugar levels.
Yes.
A big reason why I'm in broadcasting is because of a gentleman named Dick Clark. He was called...
I know who that is.
You know who that is. He was called America's oldest teenager back a long time ago. But, you know, he died at 82 years old. And I was watching a video the other day. He did an interview with Larry King, and Larry King's been in broadcasting a long time too, but he was interviewing Dick Clark. Dick Clark at 74 had just been diagnosed with type 2 diabetes.
Uh-huh.
And he was telling all about that, you know. I mean, he wasn't overweight, but, you know, he didn't always eat right, and he had to change his diet and do different things like that to get his sugars leveled out. And they were talking about some of the things that come along with that, you know, heart conditions and the possibility of a stroke. Well, what happened to Dick Clark? He had a terrible stroke, and the last couple of New Year's Rockin' Eves that he did, he could barely talk. And for somebody as articulate as that I admired, I was like, oh my goodness. You know, it hit him really hard when he had that stroke. So it is important to take care of stuff like that. My girlfriend / wife, you know, Brenda, is diagnosed with diabetes about a year ago. She's been on this CBD too, taking it just like I have. We're splitting this first bottle. And her blood sugar was 101 today. So
that is fantastic. Yeah. That makes me so happy to hear that, Tim. I've seen testimonials after testimonials with people with type 1 and type 2 diabetes. And I saw one testimony where the lady was suffering with her blood sugar levels were like 576 or something like that. Like, I don't know a lot about diabetes, but that's pretty high. And when she started taking the 10X Pure, she went to go check and she was at a 99.
That's awesome.
So, and I do know that that's pretty much perfect for a diabetes patient.
Yep,
so, yeah, that is absolute. Please tell Brenda I'm giving her lots of hugs and kisses from Louisiana. I am so happy to hear that. I can't wait to hear more. This is my favorite part. You know, I've become my own testimony, and now I've reached out to my friends and my family, and they are becoming their own testimonies, and they are telling everybody. And I promise you, this is going to be huge. By next year, this is going to be so huge. Everybody's going to be taking CBD oil.
Well, we've put that out there for the folks, you know, since I've gotten into it. I've put it out there. Next year, it's predicted to be a $22 billion industry.
Yes. I think they're at $178 million right now.
Just a little over a year ago, they were doing, as a company, about $39,000 a month in sales. They have reps making more than that now, $50,000 plus a month. And that, you know, if that's not life-changing, the product sure is when you take it, but the money can be there too. if anybody's interested in that.
CTFO is they are there for your health, but they are also there for your wealth.
Yeah.
And that's one really fantastic thing about CTFO is they are such a kind and caring and compassionate company. All of them, from the CEO all the way to my sponsors and everybody that's with me on my team. Everybody is just, it's wonderful to be able to help people when you know you can.
Yeah. Absolutely. Another thing that is known to do too, and I want to talk about just a little bit, it promotes healthy energy levels. We both know that because we're doing this podcast, and I've been up since 5 this morning. I know you.
Amen.
I know you got up early today, so I've already been on the radio for about going on 4 hours now today, and still having fun. It relieves anxiety. Brenda's daughter has a lot of anxiety and panic attacks, and she's had them at work, and she works in a call center. There's a lot of pressure there, you know. Sometimes she's on the phone with one customer for almost an hour, you know, and she relieves a lot of problems that they have with different things, you know. And now she's going to work for Chase, one of the credit card companies, and she'll be doing customer service for them. So there's a lot of pressure in those kind of jobs. And people have a lot of stress and a lot of anxiety in their lives today, and this technology doesn't help. Everybody's on their phones all the time. You're getting texts and calls all day, and you know, and then you got kids at home wondering what's for dinner, and you got to deal with that, and you know, just the normal things in life. So a big help there with anxiety.
My anxiety is non-existent since I started taking my CBD oil. It's like and I work in the music industry, which is a very stressful industry. It's a brutal industry, but it's just, I don't know how to explain it, but it's just not there. Like, I don't look, I don't, if something happens, I'm just like, oh, well, I'm going to embrace it. This was supposed to happen. I've gotten to the point in my life that everything in your life happens for a reason. No matter how bad it is at first, it always ends up being good down the road. And now I'm just like, there's just no anxiety. There's the stress level is pretty much gone. And what's really nice about the CBD is our lives are not going to stop being stressful. We're not going to stop having things that bring anxiety onto us. But the CBD oil helps and aids and assists with dealing with those issues from our jobs, from our families, from our friends that we deal with on a daily basis. It aids and assists in helping us deal with it easier, calmer, and it's really, really wonderful.
Well, and the thing that was happening to me, and I know this happens to a lot of folks because of the opioid crisis. Now, I never took the prescribed medication for pain, but every time you start not feeling quite yourself, I would want to go take those ibuprofens, with that little bit of pain or a slight headache coming on or some acetaminophen. Just something to tell the brain that, hey, maybe this is going to work and maybe I'm not going to hurt so bad. Now you can go to the CBD oil product and I'll just take an extra 2 or 3 drops of that. Because I've seen, some of the testimonials that I've seen, they had to get the dosage right in this particular person. Maybe the 500 milligrams isn't strong enough in the 10X. Maybe they need the 1500. I ask you, what should I start out with? And we decided I was going to start out with the 10X 500.
Right.
We may have to adjust that. I'll tell you, I've been taking more than 2 or 3 times a day, and the bottle's lasting. I'm looking at again at their Facebook page. It says each bottle contains 50 servings of pure hemp oil, 10X pure, which can be used twice a day. So that's 50 servings. That's more than a month's supply at twice a day.
Right.
Brenda and me are both taking it 2 or 3 times a day at least, and we haven't even got down to half a bottle yet. And I got another one going to ship out next week on my next paycheck. So
each bottle of 10X Pure will last you anywhere between 40 to 60 days, depending on your usage of it.
I'm pleased with how the usage is going, and it's a big bottle. It really is. It's good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely.
So they say they believe in their product so much that they offer a 60-day money-back guarantee, no questions asked, empty bottle, risk-free. You got nothing to lose, man. That's unheard of.
And everything to gain.
Yeah.
That's the most wonderful part about it. If it doesn't work, you can send it back. But if it does work, like it's working for me, like it's working for you, like it's working for all these people that we're helping every day, then that's just what's so wonderful about it.
Yeah, absolutely. So, I don't know if there's a whole lot more that we can talk about that we haven't mentioned. It's just something that people have to try. They say seeing's believing in a lot of stuff. This is something that I think you'll feel pretty quick.
Yes, yeah, and then look, and with me, it was pretty quick. I noticed things within the first day of taking it. I was just like, I'm in a pretty good mood right now.
Yeah.
With the inflammation of my large intestine with my digestive issues.
Oh, yeah.
I've been having the bleeding from my stool for over 20 years. Well, they took out my gallbladder about 9 years ago, which made it just a full flare-up all the time. It never went away. I'd eat something, I'd get sick. I'd drink something, I'd get sick. And I was losing blood from my stool, which makes you so weak that was about 12 years ago, I actually passed out and cut my eye open, had to go get stitches. And then the next week, I had lost so much more blood, I went to the hospital and they had to do a blood transfusion. And they came in the next day after the blood transfusion was over with, and they checked my hemoglobin level, and it was a 7.4. It was even worse than the day before. And they had to do another blood transfusion. So I had 2 back-to-back blood transfusions. And I went off of all of my medications. I was on so many different medications. I had a pill box. And at my age, I should never had a pill box, but I went off of all my medications, and I was just doing Tylenol when needed, because I knew that everything that I was taking was making me sicker. And, like they would give me the muscle relaxer pills for my widespread pain because it was so bad. Well, what it ended up doing was giving me restless leg syndrome. So then I started suffering with RLS, and that's another thing that I'd like to say. I haven't kicked my fiance in over 30 nights.
Well, there you go. That's
and I don't know if anybody suffers from muscle spasms in your legs, but you can't control it no matter what, unless you're standing on one foot, just holding down with all your pressure. And that's just, like I said, you just keep seeing more and